Some of the information that we get on where the IRS does audits is that one, the frequency of doing a tax audit has gone down substantially, except for one item, which is a piece of documentation that they got that a number, they're going to match up to your tax return. And so wherever you got a tax document in the mail, you have to assume that they have that document. And that's where you're most likely to get some kind of inquiry, and it'll probably be a letter, and it's either pay it or you fight it, whichever way. After that, unless you have a huge income, tens of millions of dollars, you're also least likely to be audited. So those are some of the criteria, and I know you can Google audit rates if you want to do some research on your own to be able to see what's out there. So they look at certain types of industries and things like that. There's some rotation that goes on, but your risk of audit, at least on the federal level, is very low. New York State, I want to just add, is, and Avi mentioned this earlier, is very aggressive of following the convenience rule. And I'm sure they've already been active, right? A lot of people get audits. A lot of people had second homes. They kept a place in Manhattan before this, and then they had a home outside of. They would potentially get audits, and New York's been very creative to find those people to make sure that they're not filing in the outer state, even though they're living in New York. But now I think New York's going to be very on top of this if anything's going on to look at things. So I think that's the biggest audit risk of somebody who's leaving Manhattan or leaving New York City and changing things. They're the ones who have the most chance of hearing something from New York State.